Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show, and welcome to another episode of an ink review. Today we are looking at a green ink, this one from Diamine. Diamine Umber Green. Thanks go out to the OC Pen Club for providing the sample for this review. Today we are looking at a green ink. It's very green-like. Turn up the light here so we can see. It's a very murky green ink. Let's see. This is about how it looks like in real life. So it's rather dark, so we're gonna bump up the color so we can see what color it is. So just be aware that this is not quite the actual color. It's just putting it just ever so slightly lighter. Here's our ink swatch and water resistance test shows that I might not want to use this on the outside of an envelope for fear it may wash away. Here's our toilet paper chromatography. There is a brown ink in here, and then there's like a tan-ish thing going on, and then there's blue, which I wasn't expecting. And here's our tiny ink painting of the day. And before we start, we're gonna do a little writing sample. Do a little daily practice sesh. So today's pen we'll be using the Mahjong P136 with a Yovo 14 karat full flex extra fine nib. Oops. Okay, so that's enough of that. We know that a fountain pen can do it. What about a dip pen? What about a dip pen? So, have a little dinky dip full of ink. This is a Hunt 56. Makes great for doing hatch lines. Super fine hairlines. If you guys are into doing calligraphy, it does hold ink real nice. If you prepared your nib good. Good for doing cursive. Very nice. Alright, well, I think that's pretty good. Let's see, how does it hold up? This is a flex nib, so it's a little splotchy. Might be my rotation. It also might be the pen. Trying to find a nib I trust. Put in this device. Okay, here we go. So the pen does keep up well if it has a extra fine nib in it. Let me see. What about a broad nib? Do I have a broad nib? Nope, that's a medium nib. Let's try a medium nib. Just rinse these off really quick. This nib is a little tight. It still writes just fine. I don't think I have any other nibs. I can shove into this right away. So ooh, actually, you know what? I do have a nib. I could shove into it. This is a broad nib. Put the medium nib on there. Oops, making a mess. This is a oval broad nib. Super juicy. No, dang it, don't fall on the floor. Keeps up just fine. So, anyway. Maybe if you're thinking thoughts about get a Conklin broad nib. They're very juicy and wet. Really nice, really nice. I think I might just keep that on there for the rest of the week. My flex nib back in its box. And this glue nib. So, if you're thinking thoughts about using this ink with a dip nib, it should work just fine. I recently watched Independence Mike said that he couldn't get his nibs to work with fountain pen ink. And I told him, I said, you need to wash them with rubbing alcohol, soap, and water. Because that's what I do. Wash them with rubbing alcohol, soap, and water, and then rinse them, and then if the ink still doesn't stick, repeat. Okay. Cat this before I make it a catastrophe mess. Let's do some paper review, shall we? Oh, I'm already 13 minutes in. I'm so sorry. There are the forward and the backward buttons, and the J and the L buttons if you want to skim through. Also, you can use the number buttons. 1 for 10% of the video, 2 for 20% of the video, and so on and so forth, all the way up to 90%. And then you can use the L button if you really are just wanting to skim through real fast. Okay, so let's take a look at some paper review. Okay. This is the Pen and Gear Memo Book from Walmart.com. Sorry, I'm trying to get like a focus. There. No feathering, no bleeding, little bit of ghosting. Lightweight Traveler's Notebook Paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Super lightweight Traveler's Notebook Paper. No feathering, little bit of ghosting. Moleskine 70 GSM. Feather like a chicken, bled through the page. Field Notes Journal. Little bit of spread, blend through the page. Fabriano Equal Qua 85 GSM, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Ayush 100 GSM paper. I'm like, why am I over here? There, that's better. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. 52 GSM Tomaway River. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Leuchtturm 1917. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Go. Midori MD paper. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Cosmo Air Light 75 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, little bit of ghosting. The Journal from the Dollar Tree. Oops. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Maramon Nemosity 80 GSM Dock Red. No feathering, little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. Oxford Optic paper. There is just the tiniest bit of spread. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Clairefontaine 90 GSM. No feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Exceed 100 GSM heavyweight paper from Walmart.com. A little bit of feathering, bleeding, and ghosting. Up and Up Wide Roll composition book. Target.com. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. True Red composition book. Staples.com. A little bit of feathering, bleeding, and ghosting. Apica 81.4 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. The Nanami 7C 68 GSM Tomaway River. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Rhodia Dot Pad 80 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Artist Loft 100 GSM paper. No feathering, little bit of ghosting. Buffet handmade paper from Italy. If we look very closely, we can see it did feather like a chicken, but no bleeding, no ghosting. U-Style notebook paper. Spread a lot. Bled to the page. Sheffield home paper goods. This one did spread into the page, and it did bleed through the page. CVS Caliber notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oxford notebook paper. I think I swiped my finger through it. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Mead wide ruled notebook paper. A little bit of feathering, bleeding, and ghosting. This is 5-star notebook paper. A little bit of feathering, bleeding, and ghosting. Speckle notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. 5-star notebook paper. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Akabe cross-section pad. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Processor fail. J&B copper plate graph pad from JohnNeilBooks.com. A little bit of spread, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Original Crown Mill 100 GSM paper. Barely any spread, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Okay. I have reviewed this ink before. But back then I did not do a very good job of the comparison panel. And I remember that. So we're gonna look at some comparison panel and see where this ink lies. Plus I have new inks. Many new inks since then. Okay, here we are. This is Diamine Umber Green next to Seats Crow's Neck Palm Green, Twisby Emerald Green, Underwater Sea Dragon, Calligraphy Passion, Meadow, Sherwood Green, Appletini, Supernatural, Verde Prato, Key Lime Pie, Kakapo Parrot, Ironite, Mermaid Tail, Holly Twinkle, Ina Ho, Horseradish Mustard, Espana Boulevard, Olive Swirl, Autumn Forest, Queen and Castle, Starfruit, Olive Green, Basil Pesto, Walk the Dog, Chikyu Rin, Mermaid Tail. This is the last one that I had, but that's clearly not this one. Zuzmolichen, Alpha PSC, Douse Emerald Green, Cloaken Forest, Freddy's Favorite, Encre Larry Sauvage. That's the other one I'm looking for a sample for. I need to write this down really quick. Inks I want to try. Okay. Diamine Spruce, Ferris Wheel Pressed Peppermint Drop, Yosemite, Monteverde Yosemite Green, Pannonia Golden Isolde. This one is kind of close. Lava Hera, Saibi Midori. Ooh, and a microbe is biting me. Ooh. Diamine Hells, Blackstone Daintree Green, one of my favorite greens. Monteverde Jade Noir. Monarcha Nopal, Colorverse Able, Diamine Evergreen, Diamine Green Black, Ebony Green, Food Color Green, Best Wishes, Black Ivy, Crocodile, Henry David Thoreau, Velvet Storm, Alpine, Heavy Crude, Season's Greetings, Edelstein Jade, Spirit, Stipula Bright Green, 4001, Brilliant Green, Arabella, Pushkin, Salamander, Kingfisher Green, Rikyu-cha, Cooked Spinach, Document Green. This one kind of looks like Document Green. Wuthering Heights, Spearmint, Emerald, Sherwood Green, Bazuden Woodgrown, Spirulina Green, Grun Green Cactus. That's another one that I need to put on the list. Okay. Pilot Mixable Green, Magical Forest, Diamine Elf, Diamine Golden Ivy, Robert Oster Lemongrass, Noodler's Green, Olive Green, Emerald, Verde Bosco, California Teal, Vermont, Delamere Green, Forest Green. These ones are kind of similar. Freedom of the Starry Skies Green, Kiwi Ink's Nebula Space Kitty, Emerald Fusion, and Cali Ink's Green. Well, what did you guys think of today's ink? Are you looking for a green? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so already, go check out the second link in the doobly-doo to save 10% off on your next order to Pen Boutique. I just had a conversation with Private Reserve and told them that I review inks because I have reviewed some of their Pearlescent series inks and made comment that all of their Pearlescent series inks bleed through the page, which is true. And so they're gonna send me some inks to try out, which I am excited about. I can't wait. What did I do with it? I don't know. Okay, whatever. It doesn't need to have one. What did I do with the top? There it is. Just shove that in there. We'll deal with that another time. So that is all I have for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. So, take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day.